Hey, welcome to this video where I'm going to be going over my Glossier lip product collection, and I first tried out the Generation G lipstick in 2 shades, fell super in love with the formula, then kept going back for more Glossier products in general. Now I've kind of hit pretty much everything on my bucket list as far as Glossier lip products go, and maybe Glossier products in general, but I'll get to that in a later video. So I think I have a good sense of what I think is worth it or not for me and at the price point that Glossier offers. So the products that I have are the Generation G lipsticks in Cake, Leo, and Zip, and these are $18 each. Yeah. And then I also have the Universal Skin Salve in Rose, and these are $12 each. And then I have a tube of their lip gloss in Red Rouge, which is $14. So honestly, all like a little overpriced, as most Glossier products are. I think if each of these were respectively $2 less, then it would feel like, okay, this is a correct price point, but whatever, it's Glossier. Alright, so here are the products swatched on my hand, and I'll also show them in lip swatches. But here is Cake, Leo, and Leo and Cake are similar in depth, but Leo just gives a very brownie tint to the lips, whereas Cake gives a very peachy tint. Zip, not a tint on me, it's a very bright red, inspired by the zipper on the plastic bags that all of their products come in. And here is the lip gloss and this tiny sheen. I have this piled up pretty aggressively. Is the Rose Balm Dotcom, which advertises a slight pink tint, but like this is piled on pretty heavily, so I would say it's about clear. Alright, so getting into the products a little bit more. I'll tell you right now that the Generation G lipsticks are my favorite by far. The Balm Dotcom is like appropriately whelming. I read a lot of reviews that said it was underwhelming, so I kind of knew how to set my expectations for this product. And the lip gloss I'm a little disappointed by. I guess I'll just get started by explaining why I don't like this lip gloss so much. And for reference, right now I'm wearing a mix of Zip, Leo, and this lip gloss. I just had all the products in front of me, so I figured I'd slap them on. But this like redness that you see is not just from the lip gloss. It's because I have a little bit of the Zip on underneath. So this lip gloss is, first of all, it's a pretty small tube for $14, let's be honest. It comes in this like really juicy red, beautiful presentation, but on the lips it is just so underwhelming instead. It looks like decently pigmented in this heavy swatch on my hand, but the thing is, this color right here is not too far off of the color of my natural lips, so when I put it over my lips it really does not look like much. I would say this tube here I felt was very misleading. Like this on my lips I feel like it's just kind of a sheer pink as opposed to a sheer red, if that kind of makes sense. I know you might think that like a sheer red would be pink, but it really just feels like clear with a little bit of pigment. But more so than that, I really don't like the formula of these lip glosses. There's no scent to them, which I like. But this lip gloss feels really, really thick and a little bit tacky. It doesn't do that stringy thing, and it's not really sticky exactly, so it's not the most offensive. But lately I've really been enjoying lip glosses that fall more into the category of a liquid lip balm / lip gloss as opposed to just a gloss, For example, the Lisa Eldridge Gloss Embrace or the Tower 28 lip glosses, I feel like those are really, really smooth and flattering formulas. They just glide right on. They feel really conditioning on the lips, and they like sink in almost in the way that feels like a moisturizer for your lips, and like you can kind of, it just feels really, really smooth and effortless on the lips. Whereas this, like, I can barely move my lips at all when I press them together. It's like very taffy-like when I'm spreading it out on my lips. The formula is super, super thick. I guess as another good comparison, the Fenty gloss bombs, those are super smooth and like they make your lips feel really juicy, really conditioned, and they just feel really comfortable to wear. This is also comfortable, but it just feels really, really thick to me, like to the point where I don't really enjoy wearing it all day long. I'm very conscious that I'm wearing a lot of lip gloss that I have a layer of lip gloss on my lips, and it's not really in the sense that like, oh, my lips are being hydrated and conditioned and ooh, they're like shiny when I catch a glimpse of it. It's more so that like if I press my lips together too much, they kind of get stuck. Which I am not a fan of. However, I could see someone else's perspective of like, it feels so like in place. It feels like my lips are really like wrapped up and hugged, and I can kind of see the appeal of that. It's just not my personal preference. Moving on to the Balm Dotcom. Like I said, I kind of expected this to be glorified petroleum jelly, which I would say it is that. I've been growing out my nails a little bit, so I really wanted to grab a lip balm that was like from a squeezy tube as opposed to in a pot. And I was wanting to try this formula out just to know what Glossier has to offer, so I picked this up. I find the scent very overwhelming and overpowering, and just that alone makes me uninclined to purchase another Balm Dotcom. Obviously, this is a personal preference thing. They kind of are really strong and candy-like scented. This one is rose, and I just find it a little too overpowering for me. I can like smell it on my lips for a little while after putting it on too. Every time I open the tube, it's a lot. And I have only been using this for a few weeks, and I'm kind of already sick of the scent. As far as the like rose tint goes, I would say it looks clear on me pretty much. I like to spread my lip balm like over the corners of my lips, maybe like use it as a balm over other places, and I find that this rose color is sheer enough, I think it's like practically clear, that I feel comfortable putting it on any other parts of my body that I would want to use a balm on. And I think that this is about as moisturizing as Vaseline is. If my lips are really, really chapped, I am going to be reaching for another lip balm that I feel will really like do more to help the situation. If my lips just kind of need something to cover it up or need something to like smooth things out before I put a kind of drying lipstick on top, this works great. Finally, the Generation G lipsticks. Let me tell you, I think these are my favorite lipstick formula that I found this year. Like, by a lot. I always kind of struggle with not wanting to look too makeup-y, and I find that certain formulas can really like look heavy or thick on my lips, or really accentuate the lines of my lips, or even just anything that's too opaque. I feel like if the rest of my face is kind of sheer and laid back, then it looks really heavy in contrast. But these lipsticks never overdo it for me. They are so flattering, all three that I've tried so far. They are super easy to work with. I think the shape of the bullet happens to fit my lip really well, but it's like just a circle, so I feel like it'll fit your lips pretty well too. So the formula of them is like this sheer matte formula, and it comes in kind of like a lip balmy looking shape. It is surprisingly non-drying on me, at least. I always feel like this provides a hint of moisture, just enough so that all day long I don't feel like my lips have dried out at all, despite the pigment of it giving me this really like blurred velvety lip look, which I really love. I find a lot of like Asian matte liquid lipsticks now trend toward this like velvety blurred matte lip, which I feel like this lipstick gives a sheer version of without having that powdery dry feeling that those lipsticks always give me. As for the colors, Cake is this really nice like nudie peachy color on my lips. I find it very, very effortless to put on. I think that this is like a great everyday color for me if I don't really know what to wear on my lips, but I kind of want something other than a lip balm. This is just like the perfect no-brainer color. This kind of, in my mind, matches up really well with my MAC Glow Play blush in So Natural. Just both of these are kind of like beigey, peachy colors that add a little bit of dimension to my face, but I don't really have to think about it at all. So, love that one. I love all of these, frankly. My newest addition is Leo, which is this like brownie nude. It is similar in depth to Cake, but it has a lot more brown, and I think it makes for like a really, really easy and effortless 90s brownish lip look without being like heavily overdone. Yeah, I think this is like the most approachable brown lip that I've ever found, and I kind of went through a whole brown lip phase, so I'm very, very partial to this. I imagine this color to be flattering on a whole lot of skin tones, I think. I actually imagine this color to be quite flattering on a lot of skin tones because of the brownie shift to it. I think it's a little bit of a statement, but like just a little bit. And then moving on to Zip, it looks like a super bright red in the tube, and it is really quite a bright red on me. For whatever reason, I'm able to build it up to look like almost a full-on red lip, but I feel like there is just a little bit of sheerness and my lips peeking through still, that it seems a lot more natural and approachable than other red lips do. I also find because of like the sheerness of the formula and the like ease of just kind of slapping this on, I get kind of more of a blurred lip line rather than a really, really crisp lip line that I might get if I use like say MAC Ruby Woo as my red lip instead. So they give really different effects, where this is like the most casual red lip I can wear. I feel like I can't say enough good things about this lipstick formula. I'm so glad to have tried it. I don't need more, obviously. Like, these hit a lot of great categories for me, and I still have other lipsticks that I need to use still, but I want more of them. I'm trying to resist though. Anyways, yeah, the thing I love most about this is that I don't need a mirror when applying this. In the swatches that I've used, I just use the little viewfinder on my camera, which most of the time I like need to look in a mirror and I need to bust out another lip brush. Not these. I feel like I can really just slap them on, and it's so easy to use. It looks good no matter what. Also in the swatches, my lips were quite flaky, but I kind of just like kept them there so you can see how these wear over them. Up close, you can definitely see that there are some flakies, but I think from a little farther away, everything just becomes kind of blurred into this nice surface that it doesn't really stand out too much. Additionally, the lipsticks do have quite a scent. It's just like this sharp, sweet, slightly plasticky scent. And For whatever reason, I quite like it. I can definitely see this being a scent that other people don't like though. Another con is that the lid gets really grimy. Yeah, you kind of have to make sure to roll the lip color back down, which is definitely annoying. So they could slightly improve the packaging in that way. I don't particularly need all this fragrance, but the ease of wear, the approachable colors, the way that it kind of blots everything and makes your lips look matte while still leaving enough hydration and protection so that my lips don't dry out are all amazing pluses for me. I really like the way that they've taken kind of aggressive colors and made them into something that is super effortless and easy to wear, and I feel like I can incorporate them into almost any look and outfit. Whereas before I felt like if I wanted like a brown lip or a red lip or a really strong berry lip, I kind of had to coordinate the rest of my look with it. But these I really feel like I can just slap on and feel great without having to think about them. So yeah, enough gushing about those. These are my experiences with the lineup of Glossier lip products. I know they still have their lip vinyl in the like Glossier Play line, and I'm not huge on like lip products that like click up through a tube, so I'm not sure if I'll ever get around to trying those. I definitely would see myself getting tempted into picking up another Gen G lipstick over any other Glossier lip product in the future. But I'm glad to have tried all of them. Really not into this lip gloss, especially given that I have so many that I really like, that it just doesn't really make sense for me to reach for them. These, it's like an exciting Vaseline, so of course I'm going to use this up. I use Vaseline all the time, and this, yeah, the scent, it's like slightly annoying but doesn't bother me too much. These I have to like convince myself to make sure to use up other lipsticks instead of just reaching for these all the time. So yeah, there you have it. I hope this was helpful, and thank you so much for watching as always.